What in the world? A human, of all things. Tell me, young one, what is a little human like yourself doing so far away from home? You know, it's kind of dangerous to be out late at night in the middle of a dark alleyway. You know, in a way, you're kind of lucky that I happened to be here. I mean, after all, you wouldn't want anyone to scoop you up, take you all for themselves. I don't think you'd want that at all. So it's a good thing that I was here to prevent that from happening. Yes, I did just call you a young one. What are you gonna do about it? Tell your mommy? You're young to me, all right? I should know. I'm thousands of years old, and you're what? In your teens? In your 20s? That is nothing compared to how old I am. I've seen things over the course of my lifetime that you could only imagine. So yes, you are young to me. Deal with it. You don't believe me that I'm thousands of years old? Well, I shouldn't have to prove anything to you. I mean, you humans seem to think that seeing is believing, and that if you can't see something, then it doesn't exist. It's really sad. None of you will live to be aware enough of the goings-on around you. None of you will live to see past the ends of your own noses. But honestly, that's what I find so fascinating about the human condition. You humans love instant gratification, don't you? Oh, don't bother trying to deny it. It's written all over your faces. You want, and you want, and you want. Isn't that fascinating? I sure think it is. It's fun to give in to temptation, isn't it? Well, I never said I was human, did I? I did say that I'm thousands of years old. You'd think you would put the context clues together. But that's another thing about certain humans, especially ones like you. You're just a little bit slow, aren't you? I hadn't planned on revealing myself. I hadn't planned on telling you anything. But you're just so damn intriguing. And I want to see your reaction to this, so I'm about to drop a bombshell on you. I am an angel. Well, at least I was. You ever heard of a fallen angel? They're quite rare. It's quite rare for angels to give in to temptation, to give in to sin, as it were. You see, most angels in the afterlife are so grateful to be up there that they would never even dream of going against the protocols that are set in stone. A set of rules and strictures for each angel to uphold. And the biggest one of all is, do not commit any sin whatsoever, for you are an angel, and are better than that, and are to set example for the humans down there. But that doesn't mean that angels aren't capable of sin. And I committed one of the worst 7 deadly sins there are. I was guilty of lust. I was the first angel ever to have lustful thoughts for a human. That is unforgivable where I'm from. I was tried and found guilty. Yes, indeed. You heard me right. I was the first angel ever to fall for a human. And I had to pay the price. So now, I can often be referred to as a demon, an evil person, or a fallen angel. Either one of these is acceptable. I have accepted my fate. I am not running from it. I accept it with open arms. For better, for worse, I am who I am. Who wants to be a stuffy, old, boring angel anyway? When I discovered what you humans do for fun, when I discovered how much you love to sin, I thought, hey, isn't that so much more fun than what I'm doing now? I mean, what do angels do all day anyway, other than try to save humans? I'll tell you what, they pretend they're better than anybody else. They lead by example. They try to make humans see the error of their ways and blah, blah, blah. But if you ask me, it's so much more fun to give in to temptation. Wouldn't you know? I mean, after all, you're human. You haven't repented for anything. You're still alive here on Earth, living your best life. It always makes me a little crazy that humans always wonder about the afterlife and think it's somehow better than where they are right now. It's not. Take it from somebody who's been on both sides of the coin. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Humans are so much more interesting, especially ones just like you. You know, I have really enjoyed talking to you about this. I've enjoyed having someone to listen to me talk, someone who seems fascinated by what I have to say. None of the other angels were ever fascinated by anything I had to say. Everything I talked about they already knew. Either that, or when I began talking about humans a little bit more than I should have, I got some questionable looks and some threats to report me. You wouldn't report me to anyone, would you? What am I even saying? You couldn't get away with telling anyone without them thinking you were crazy. Nobody would believe you. I know that for certain. And you know what else? I want to spend more time with you. I want to get to know you very, very, very closely. I've never spoken to a human this closely before. And there's something about you that draws me to you. So, I think I might have to seek you out again. Especially if you make a habit of lurking in alleyways and places you shouldn't. I'll be able to find you easily. I mean, after all, someone's got to make sure you don't get snatched up by any would-be kidnappers if you make a habit of visiting these types of places at night. Someone's gotta look out for you, and even though I'm not an official angel anymore, I still have my wings, so it counts, right? Haven't you always wanted someone to look out for you? You can consider me your unofficial guardian angel if you'd like. I'll keep an eye on you and make sure nothing happens to you. After all, we wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. That would be terrible. I wouldn't want any harm to come to my favorite human. That would be a tragedy. So, keep a lookout for me. I'll be watching you very closely. And who knows, if the time is right, I might just have to visit you again. Sweet dreams for the rest of the night, my human. I'll be watching. Take care of yourself.